All right, let's jump right in. We're going to break down how to completely transform your industrial parts cleaning operation. We're taking our cues from a top-tier handbook designed for maintenance directors, especially those of you here in the UAE, to turn a routine chore into a real competitive advantage. So let me ask you something, and I want you to be honest. Does this sound familiar? You're constantly fighting fires, dealing with production halts, and you've got a gut feeling it all comes back to something as simple as cleaning. If that's you, you are definitely not alone. And that's exactly what we're tackling. And this image? It says it all, doesn't it? This is what happens when cleaning gets pushed to the bottom of the list. We're not just talking about a little grime here. We're talking about residue-choked parts that lead to catastrophic failures. A single one of these can bring your entire production line to a screeching halt. That's time, money, and a whole lot of headaches. But there's a way to get ahead of this. What if you had a clear, structured blueprint to turn your cleaning process from a weak link into a powerhouse of efficiency? Well, that's exactly where we're headed next. Here it is, a simple but incredibly powerful 6-step framework. It all starts logically, right? Step 1 is figuring out exactly what you're dealing with. The parts, the dirt, the standards you need to hit. Then you pick your weapons in step 2. But what I really want you to notice is step 4. Safety and quality aren't add-ons, they're baked right into the process. And it all leads to the final, game-changing step, preventative maintenance. This isn't just about cleaning, it's about preventing failures before they ever happen. Now, how do we take that framework and put it on steroids? The answer is technology. We're in the middle of a massive shift away from old-school scrubbing and soaking towards smart, automated systems. Let's see what that really means. You know, when you see it laid out like this, side by side, the difference is just night and day. On the one hand, you have the old way, slow, inconsistent, and honestly a recipe for human error. But on the other hand, you have automation. It delivers the same perfect result every single time, way faster and much more safely. It's not really a choice anymore, is it? So, one of the star players in this tech revolution is ultrasonic cleaning. It sounds complicated, but the idea is pretty cool. It uses sound waves to create millions of tiny, microscopic bubbles in the cleaning fluid. Then, those bubbles implode, creating these incredibly powerful but tiny jets of energy that blast away grime from every nook and cranny. It's like a microscopic power washer. And here's what one of these machines looks like. This thing is an absolute game changer for cleaning complex parts with tiny, hard-to-reach areas. Think about intricate engine components or medical devices. It gets a level of clean that you just can't achieve by hand, which is crucial for performance and reliability. And then you have laser cleaning, which is precision on a whole other level. It's exactly what it sounds like. It uses a focused beam of light to literally vaporize contaminants. We're talking rust, paint, oil, right off the surface. And here's the magic part. It doesn't even touch the material underneath. Zero damage. For high-value, delicate parts, this is just indispensable. Now, ultrasonic and laser cleaning are incredible tools, but they're part of an even bigger picture. The future is all about fully automated systems, robotics, and AI working together. Imagine robots handling dangerous and repetitive cleaning jobs flawlessly, 24/7. This frees up your best people to focus on the high-skill maintenance work that really matters. Okay, I know what you're thinking. This all sounds amazing, but expensive. And you're not wrong, there's an upfront cost. So let's get right into the two things that are always top of mind for a maintenance director, the budget and keeping your people safe. And you know, the handbook tackles this concern head on. That initial price tag can look pretty big, but you have to reframe it. It's not just a cost, it's an investment in future efficiency. The real story is in the long-term return. This table just breaks it down perfectly. Sure, you've got the initial hit for the equipment and training, but just look at the long-term column. Financially, you're looking at way less downtime, lower labor costs, and fewer expensive repairs. Operationally, everything gets faster, better, and your equipment lasts longer. And on the compliance side, it makes safety and meeting regulations so much easier. The ROI here is absolutely undeniable. Of course, amazing technology doesn't mean anything if it's not safe. It has to go hand in hand with rock-solid safety protocols. We're talking about having safety data sheets for every single chemical, making sure everyone has the right PPE for the job, doing regular equipment checks, and having emergency plans that everyone knows by heart. This stuff is completely non-negotiable. And at the end of the day, this is the goal: a clean, safe, efficient environment where your team can do their best work. This isn't just a nice picture. It's the very foundation of a profitable, world-class operation. So you might be asking, does all this theory actually work in the real world? The answer is a resounding yes. Let's look at a couple of industry giants right here in the UAE who are already crushing it with this exact approach. First up, ADNOC, the Abu Dhabi National Oil Company. In oil and gas, you can't afford mistakes. Reliability is everything. And they've set a new standard for how to do maintenance right. So, what did ADNOC do? They were one of the first to really embrace foam cleaning for their pipelines. This was a genius move because foam uses way less water and chemicals but cleans more effectively. They also brought in robots for those dangerous confined spaces. And the impact? It was huge. Downtime dropped, costs went down, and most importantly, their people were safer. They didn't just improve their own operations, they set a new benchmark for the entire industry. Okay, now let's switch gears and go from oil and gas to the skies with another UAE icon, Emirates Airline. When it comes to aerospace, the standards for clean are on another planet, and their operation is just a masterclass. Emirates uses some seriously cool tech, like dry ice blasting for cleaning super delicate engine parts. The beauty of this is that it's non-abrasive and leaves zero residue behind. Paired with things like UV light for disinfecting cabins, it's all about ensuring peak performance and passenger safety. But what's really impressive is how they've woven sustainability into everything, saving water and using eco-friendly materials. It's this perfect trifecta: efficiency, safety, and a real commitment to the environment. So the proof is right there. The blueprint is clear, the technology is ready to go, and the leaders in our own backyard are showing us it works. The only thing left to figure out is how to start your plan's own journey. So I'll just leave you with this final thought. You've seen the blueprint for success. You've seen the proof that it works. So the question is, what's the very first manageable step you're going to take to kickstart your own plant's transformation?